Almost anyone can set up a basic Facebook ads campaign with little to no testing. But if I were to offer you to show you a step-by-step strategy that we're using right now to help our landscaping clients land anywhere from $30,000 to $100,000 in additional sales per month from this Facebook ad strategy, would you be interested in watching that video? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. What's up, you guys? This is Matt Thibeau here with Savant Marketing Agency. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys the exact strategy that we're using right now on Facebook ads to test different ad creatives and different offers and basically be able to get amazing results on Facebook ads. Now, before we go any further, I'm not making any claims that you're going to be able to replicate these types of results, but I simply want to show you in this video basically step by step what we do and how we set up a strategy on Facebook to be able to consistently bring new leads and sales to our clients. So let's jump right into things here. So the first thing that we do when we're structuring an ad campaign on Facebook is we are going to use something called lead forms for our lead generation objective. You know, a lot of guys will try and basically send their ads to a website or to a phone call or something like that. I wouldn't recommend to do that. What I would recommend to do is to set up your ads to go to lead forms. The reason that this is going to work a lot better than, say, sending it to a website is that Facebook wants to keep you on Facebook. And so if you're running ads to send traffic off of Facebook, your cost per lead is going to be higher and Facebook isn't going to like it as much. So what I would recommend for all of your campaigns is to use something called a lead form. This is a simple form on Facebook that people can actually fill out while they're still on Facebook, so it'll keep them there and they can just fill out their details and then that information can be sent to you. These days, we're only doing lead form campaigns because we find that they have the best results. Now, you may have seen other tutorials or people talking about using stuff like messaging ads. You can use a messaging ad in your campaign, but what you're going to find is that the lead quality isn't as good. And so you're going to get cheaper leads, but you're going to have a lot more sifting to go through. So what I would recommend is to use lead forms. They take a little bit more time to set up, but you're going to find the results to be much, much better. Okay, so once you have your lead form set up, basically the way that we structure our campaign is we're going to have 3 different campaigns set up initially when we set up a campaign, right? So the first campaign is going to be what's called broad targeting. So basically what broad targeting is we're focusing on basically a location and an age. That's basically it. So what I mean by that is we're going to target a specific location on Facebook ads that you want to target and make sure that you're getting in front of those people, right? I would personally recommend to do a population of around 1 million people or more. You don't want to go too big with this, but you don't want to go too small either. A population that I would say would be a little bit too small would be anything under 200,000. And then a population that I would say would be too large just depends on your budget, essentially. So if you're doing around $100 a day in ad spend, I would say starting with a population of 1 million people is the ideal place to be set up at. So that is the broad targeting campaign. Second, you want to have another campaign set up, and that is going to be using targeting based under data. And essentially what this would look like is it would be a combination or one of the two, which would be firstly using something called a lookalike audience for your targeting. What a lookalike audience is it's a data sample that you get from maybe your CRM or just a spreadsheet that you have of names and emails and phone numbers of different people that you've worked with for estimates and such, and that you would be able to take that list and upload that into Facebook into what's called a lookalike audience. This is going to be the #1 thing for you to do for getting a data sample to Facebook. Essentially what this is going to do is be able to show Facebook, hey, these are the type of people that we want to show our ads to. Can you go out and find more people like this? So that is the first option that we want to go for when we're looking for a data campaign. if you don't have a lookalike audience list, right? Maybe you only have like a list of 100 names or something. Ideally, we want, 300 plus or so. So maybe you don't have a big list. Maybe you're a new company, or, you just don't have that data readily available. The second option that you can opt for would be interest-based targeting. This is where you would do everything that you did in broad targeting. So you target the age and you target the location, but you're going to add an extra interest to refine that broad targeting a little bit more. What we find works really well for landscaping, lawn care, and outdoor living in general is going to be just targeting home renovations. So basically, people who have an interest in home renovations or renovations in general, that is pretty much the extent that we go to in interest targeting. We don't want to go any more specific than that in the data campaign, because that is going to limit our audience. So we're not going to have a big enough pool of people to show our ads to. So that's what I would do for the data campaign, and that's kind of how we structure things there. Lastly, is you're going to have a remarketing campaign. Now, basically what a remarketing campaign is everyone who engages with our business, whether it be through seeing the ads from these two other campaigns or some of the other efforts that we have going on our website marketing and stuff like that, we want to start showing ads to those people and say, hey, are you interested? Or are you still interested after seeing some of our ads? So for the remarketing campaign, basically what we're going to be targeting for that is we're going to be targeting website visitors. So you can actually install something called a pixel on your website. And so that allows Facebook to be able to track website visitors and show them ads on Facebook, right? So super powerful strategy to do right off the hop. The second thing that we want to be remarketing for is Facebook page likes or Facebook page engagement in general, right? So people who are liking your posts or any of the likes on the page, we want to remarket to those people and show them ads as well. And then lastly is we do want to remarket to people who have attempted to fill out the form on these two campaigns here, but for whatever reason they didn't finish filling out the form. So we want to show them ads as well to follow up with them. And basically the advantage of doing remarketing is they're going to be able to get leads for much cheaper because we've already spent the money to show them ads using these two campaigns. So we want to follow up with them and say, hey, are you still interested? And so those are the three different campaigns that we set up initially for a client. And it's important to have these three different campaigns because I personally find most of the marketers or content tutorials and stuff that you're going to see on YouTube here, they're mostly just setting up like a very simple broad one, but it's important to have a data campaign and a remarketing campaign as well. So you're really attacking the market at all levels of the funnel, right? And making sure that we're following up with people and that we are basically leaving no stone unturned. So that is the initial campaign setup, but within each campaign, we're going to have ads, right? So they're going to have their own ads within each campaign, essentially. The way that I like to do it and the way that we do it in our agency is we have 8 ads set up for each campaign. And of those ads, we're going to have 50% of those ads be a picture or an image, and then 50% of them are going to be a video. So basically we're going to have 4 pictures and 4 videos for each one. So this would have 8 ads, this would have 8 ads, and this would have 8 ads. What this is going to do is it's going to allow us to have a very specific targeting strategy for a specific pool of people, but then we're going to give them enough options of different ads to be able to test and see what works. What I find is that most people, when they're doing Facebook ads, they're not testing enough ads right out of the gate. And what this is going to do is result in a higher cost per lead, but you're just not going to know what actually works and what people are responding to. So in the beginning, we want to have a larger spray of ads out there, and then we want to see what people respond to so we know what is working and what's not working. Typically, what we look for in the ads of what's working or not working is going to be the offers in those 8 ads or the creative in those 8 ads there. So for example, let's say that we launch those 8 ads for this campaign and we see, hey, most people are responding to videos, not a lot of people are responding to the images. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to start phasing out the images and we're going to start focusing more on videos. So instead of having, 4 different image ads, we might have 1 image ad and then the rest be videos. And once we have an idea of what type of creatives work really well for testing, then what we're going to do is start testing offers. In one of my other videos, I showed you 5 different landscaping offers that are proven to attract quality clients. And we're going to start cycling through those different offers, right? So for example, maybe we start off with a free design consultation initially, but then we start testing maybe some other offers like a same day estimate or a warranty or, a free maintenance package or something like that. And so we're going to see what people respond to from there. And so that's basically the strategy that we use for an entire campaign. And we would replicate this strategy for this campaign, and we'd also replicate it on the remarketing side. Something that's pretty neat that we will do on the remarketing side is because people have already seen the ads or they already kind of know our business, the ads on the remarketing side are definitely going to be a little bit less salesy in the sense that they're going to be mostly like testimonials or maybe some kind of extra special offer to push someone over the edge and actually reach out, because they have already seen our offer and they're already aware of kind of who we are and what we're all about. So we just want to be able to show different things to them basically of why they wouldn't have moved forward. So typically that would be like, they don't quite trust you enough yet. So that's how testimonials could really help out. Or maybe just no sense of urgency. You can hit them with like a more urgent offer that's going to tip them over the edge to actually reach out and be able to work with you. So guys, basically that is how we structure our Facebook ad campaigns in 2025. This is by far the most effective way to approach Facebook ads because you're testing multiple different audiences, ads, and different approaches so that you know that you're leaving no stone unturned and that you're going to get the best possible results. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Also give it a subscribe so I can give you more great videos like this. And if you're watching this video right now and you're a landscaper or lawn care expert and you're looking to really take your company to the next level using Facebook ads, link is in the description. You can book a call with myself. I'd be happy to go through what is your current situation, what are your goals, and how we can support you from there. All right, guys, I'll see you on my next video.